Thursday, December 14th, Monsignor Leopoldo Girelli, new Apostolic Nuncio to Israel and Cyprus and Apostolic Delegate to Jerusalem and Palestine, entered the Holy City starting from Jaffa Gate. At the Caritas Baby Hospital in Bethlehem, we met people who take care of the needy children as if they were welcoming the child Jesus himself. In the city where Jesus was born, children and young scouts are engaged in rehearsals for concerts and for performances during the Christmas season. The exhibition of the painter from Le Marche region, inaugurated on December 7th in the Curia Halls of the Custody of the Holy Land, which will be open until February 2nd, was an opportunity for people to identify themselves with the arrival of Christmas. A group of people that gathered in Bethlehem chose to send material and spiritual help to the refugees in Jordan. In December 2017, the first Santa Claus House of the Holy Land opened. Chocolates, toys, and a nativity set and Christmas songs bring a smile to the children of the city.
An encounter between tradition and innovation took place in Jerusalem on Thursday, December 14th, during the solemn entry of Monsignor Leopoldo Girelli, the new Apostolic Nuncio to Israel and Cyprus, and Apostolic Delegate to Jerusalem and Palestine, into the Holy City. As usual, the meeting was at Jaffa Gate, the door from which pilgrims entered, as history tells us. Here, the Archbishop was welcomed by the friars of the Custody of the Holy Land, by the priests of the Latin Patriarchate, as well as by religious and civil authorities and several faithful. With them, he joined the procession through the streets of the Old City, arriving at the Holy Sepulchre, where the representatives of the three churches in charge of the basilica were waiting for him. The Custos of the Holy Land was there too, facing the anointing stone. Brother Francesco Paton started his speech with this announcement: "Welcome to the heart of the land, loved by all the sons of Abraham," wishing the pontifical representative wisdom and prudence. Before the edicule, Monsignor Pierbattista Pizzaballa recalled that every new office in Jerusalem begins at the Holy Sepulchre to recall its origins. Assuring Monsignor Girelli of the support of the Latin Church, he wished him wisdom, humility, freedom, and strength. Peace was the dominant word of the Nuncio's greeting, held before delivering the letters of recommendation to the Assembly of the Holy Land's Catholic ordinaries and before imparting the apostolic blessing to those present. Peace to Jerusalem, peace to the whole world.
It is not long before the great celebration of the Lord's Christmas, so it is time to get ready.
Nella terza settimana d'Avvento vogliamo meditare sulla figura di Maria nell'Annunciazione, in quell'Annunciazione che accoglie.
In the third week of Advent, we want to meditate on Mary and the Annunciation, in which Mary accepts the word of the Lord and welcomes the Son of God in her womb. Here we want to meditate on all this through the phrase that accompanies us in the waiting for the Lord. Come among us, come with us, Lord, to carry out the project begun for the salvation of man.
Per noi, per concludere il progetto che il Signore ha iniziato per la salvezza dell'uomo.
This expectation is transformed into tangible gestures even here in Bethlehem where Jesus was born. At the Caritas Baby Hospital, we met people who welcomed children as if they were welcoming the child Jesus himself.
Children remember the uniqueness of Advent, which is to wait for the child Jesus to be born. They offer us a privileged opportunity to experience Advent and Christmas every day in a simple and professional way. We guarantee the best care from a professional, a human, but also a spiritual point of view for all the children who are treated in this hospital and to their families as well.
This is a sign of hope in a land often marked by conflicts.
The presence of this hospital here in Palestine is very important. It is the only pediatric hospital specialized in the provision of medical services for children which treats chronic diseases, such as diabetes or cystic fibrosis.
It is a sign of hope also for Palestine and Omar. They are from Gaza, where there is no longer a structure that treats pediatric congenital diseases.
My child received an efficient treatment from doctors, nurses, and physiotherapists in the maternity section as well. Mothers are not allowed to stay with their children for a long time, so the hospital gives us a place to stay. We have been here for 2 months, and my son's health is improving.
Those who experience the encounter with Jesus and these children feel fulfilled.
This
is the most beautiful feeling. A patient gets here sick and tired and leaves safe and sound. Many children love to come back to the hospital because here they found a welcoming place, besides having received good medical treatment. This encourages us to give even more. It is the mission of Baby Caritas Hospital. It is a profession that goes beyond the boundaries of the hospital walls.
طبعا جزء كتير مهم من شغلنا هو الزيارات الميدانية اللي احنا بنوصل فيه
Our visits to the families in their homes in Bethlehem and in Hebron are an important part of our work for several reasons. We check their home condition to verify that it is suitable for the child's health. We provide psychological and social support to parents in their homes, and we talk to them to express our closeness to them.
المستشفى ويكونوا نايمين عندنا بالمستشفى بتكون هيك علاقتنا قريبة فيهم نقدر نتواصل معهم أكتر.
Like Mary, we await the coming of Jesus without missing the opportunity to meet him in the most needy. During this season, the eyes of the world are focused on Bethlehem, and the city where Jesus was born 2,000 years later. A group of Salesian scouts are preparing for Christmas. They certainly gave their heart and soul to the rehearsals of the shows that they will stage on that big day. I have been a scout for 6 years. Normally we begin to prepare and practice for Christmas in September. We also put together the Christmas parade that will take place on December 24th, which is very special to us. As you can see, we are ready. Currently, the group is made up of 150 members between the ages of 7 and 25, including children and teenagers who are part of a story that began almost 100 years ago. The Scout group of the Convent of the Salesian Fathers of Bethlehem has a Catholic Palestinian identity and was founded in 1922. It was the first Scout group in Bethlehem and the sixth one in Palestine. It went through many hardships because of wars and crises, but thanks be to God, the commitment of the boys, and the inhabitants of Bethlehem, it persevered and made steady progress. And here's a suggestion to achieve a harmonious result.
I have been playing the saxophone for 5 years. The cooperation of the members of the group is essential to be ready to play in an organized and harmonious way.
From Bethlehem, not only the bells, but also the notes from these Scouts' instruments will announce the birth of the Savior, Christ the Lord, to the world.
As a boy, they called him the soldier painter. It was the 60s. Antonino Maurizi, artist from the Marche, was in Sicily to serve in the military. Born in 1940, born of a family of carpenters, he had been painting since he was 15 years old. In 1963, however, he began a tradition that would be a turning point in his career and in his life, that of the Nativity greeting cards, initially intended for family members and close friends.
I started painting nativity cards, which I believe are important in the life of all Catholics, but also essential for the rest of the world.
Nella vita di tutti noi che siamo cattolici, ma del mondo intero.
The tradition never stopped. Maurizi had sent 3,600 postcards, reproductions of his paintings every year for 15 consecutive years. His works have been around the world, and they finally arrived in Jerusalem, thanks to his meeting with Brother Armando Pierucci, founder of the Magnificat Institute of the Custody of the Holy Land and currently residing in Italy.
They reside in Le Marche, a town near the place where Father Armando currently lives. He then made a trade union between the musical art and the pictorial art. We are happy today not only to be able to exhibit our works for the world. This year, the Terra Museum has 8 exhibitions for the world, but also to be able to accommodate the works of others who can make good use of our spaces.
Anche capaci di accogliere delle opere degli altri.
Il mio sogno, nato
2 years, 3 years later, my dream came true and is becoming reality. I am excited.
sono emozionato.
The exhibition entitled 1,000 Times Christmas and hosted in the Custodial Curia from December 7th to February 2nd showcases 110 works realized over the years. It follows a thematic and non-chronological path as pointed out by the curator, Professor Stefano Papetti. It is not easy to prepare for Christmas in Jerusalem, stressed Brother David Grenier, Secretary of the Custody of the Holy Land, in his inaugural greeting. Maurizi's works, therefore, help people identify themselves with that special place that words sometimes cannot evoke. His vibrant colors, the simple and decisive traits, always performed with a spatula, never with a brush, says his daughter Francesca, suggest that that little boy can change, if not save, the whole world.
Ha dato l'apertura e la gioia a tantissimi, la crescita.
The life of a child, like Jesus, gave openness and joy to so many. I think it is essential to send this message because the Nativity can originate in a boat, by a mountain, outdoors, in a town square, or everywhere.
Sotto al monte, all'aperto, in piazza, in ogni luogo.
The Bethlehem for Bethlehem project, whose purpose is to show solidarity with the refugees in Jordan, was founded from the collaboration of both the General Administration of the Schools of the Latin Patriarchate of Jerusalem and the Palestinian group Shepherds. Jesus fled to Egypt because of the suffering, the war, and the massacre that King Herod ordered against the children of Bethlehem. Today, this suffering is repeated again against the persecuted Christians and the oppressed populations all over the world, especially in Syria and Iraq. The group that is getting ready to go to Jordan is eagerly anticipating to bring material help to those who, for many reasons, have been forced to leave their homeland and to bring them comfort through faith. We will bring with us a beautiful symbol of the Christmas grotto, a lantern, the light of Christmas. We offer it as a sign of solidarity with the refugees in Jordan and with the Jordanian families who live in Amman. We want to give them the light of Christmas on Christmas Eve during these days of Christmas preparation. We will give them light as a sign of light in our lives because Jesus exists. And as long as Jesus exists, there is life. There is sacrifice that leads to actions for the good of mankind. Jordan is the Middle East state that best welcomes migrants and refugees. The most numerous communities come from Syria with at least 1 million people and from Iraq with 700,000 people.
I felt oppressed, I felt insulted, we were crushed. Our churches were the first churches. The great church of Dhahiriyeh is the oldest church in the Middle East.
وين ما نروح مظلومين وين ما نتجه مظلومين.
Wherever we go, we are oppressed. Wherever we seek refuge, we are oppressed. We want a solution. We need a truce. Since the 80s, we have been suffering incessantly due to wars to which no solution has been found. Our country is lost and our children are dead. We have not had any benefits and we have not earned anything. Everything we had was taken away from us. They took our houses and our properties, and there is nothing left.
In the message for the World Day of Migrants and Refugees, which will be celebrated on January 14, 2018, Pope Francis encouraged the nations and God's people to help them. Every stranger who knocks on our door is an opportunity to meet Jesus Christ, said Pope Francis. The Lord entrusts to the maternal love of the Church every human being forced to leave his homeland and search for a better future. We are shocked by the refugees' faith and strength, by their patience and perseverance. They lost everything, their homes, their futures, their studies, and everything else. Yet they come here, and they are the ones who actually teach us patience, faith, perseverance, and love. We feel like we are the ones who benefit from them and not vice versa.
نحن نستفيد من اللاجئين وليس هم من يستفيدون منا.
A new little enchanted kingdom has been pulsating in the heart of the old city of Jerusalem since the beginning of December. Santa Claus has settled in right here to the Ho Ho Holy Land motto.
Merry Christmas! 10 years ago, first time I dressed my red suit when I went to the Jaffa Gate to give Christmas tree. And I saw when I was as a Santa, everybody was happy. And I say, wow, this is make the people happy. I like to make, and I love to make the people and the children of Jerusalem happy.
Several Christmases have passed until last year, Isa decided to fly to Denver, United States, where he took a course along with other aspiring Santa Clauses from all over the world. At the end of the course, Isa obtained an official diploma, as well as the urge to start something new in the land that holds the beginning of Christmas par excellence.
And this is what I decided to open Jerusalem Santa, as I'm 10 years Santa Claus. I think it's a good experience for others people and something new that we never have it in the Holy Land. It's the first time as a Santa house in the Holy Land, and it's inside the old city of Jerusalem.
The house welcomes children and youngsters from the surrounding schools every morning, and families and curious people attracted by the decorations and music in the afternoons. There is a section dedicated to Christmas cookies, a toy workshop, a nativity set to be reminded of the true meaning of Christmas, and even a post where you can receive your good behavior certificate for the current year. Serenity is not exactly what the Holy Land represented during the year 2017. The Santa Claus house is therefore a small drop, which helps to give a smile to the children of this land.
This is my really aim, to make the joy and happiness for the children of the Holy Land and for the families. I just receive like 25 to 30 messages every day saying, wow, how the children feel, how they really react, how the faces, they have the spirit of Christmas, what you did. Thank you very much what you did for us. And it's really my pleasure what I did, make me happy when I see the smile on every children in the Holy Land.